So I started this channel just to kind of help motivate myself and maybe motivate you guys as well to get rid of your death piles. So I'm naming this first series just Death Pile Chronicles. I have some ideas of what to do with the profits. I really just want to pay off my remaining debt because I spent probably $23,000 in all this garbage that's just kind of piled up over the years. Well, I've only been doing this for a little over a year now. As you can see, my sales have kind of slowed down. These aren't too great, but I'm still top rated. I've had quite a bit of reviews and things have been going pretty well. I think I grew a little too quick, so it was kind of burning me out. Plus a full-time engineering job because my day job is an electrical engineer. I design circuit boards and all kinds of security stuff. I started out at a startup with working in ASU in NASA projects and some other little fun satellite gigs. Did some contract work. So I've always enjoyed kind of flipping stuff on the side, and decided to dip my toes, and it's been pretty well. My last few days have really risen in numbers, and yeah, let's kind of dig in through some of this. I'm trying not to be a closed door, you know. If you have any questions, please ask. I source my stuff from Goodwills, thrift stores, garage sales, online thrift stores, and proxy services from overseas, primarily Japan, because I like to deal with consoles and video games and that kind of sort of stuff. And yeah, so this last year was pretty good. Like I said, I kind of burnt myself out trying to go a little too fast. My total sales a little over 27,000, and it was about 14,000 in profit. A lot of that margin is kind of eaten up with the cost of goods because video games is kind of expensive. I had 935 buyers. I've had a lot of items sell. You know, it takes time, packaging, cleaning, and all that kind of stuff. Trying to only deal with about 10 hours a day. Well, not 10 hours a day. What am I saying? 10 hours a week at the minimum. But sometimes life just takes a hold and you want to do other stuff. I like to do toys on the side as well, just because, you know, Pokemon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers. I love Transformers, even though I didn't really have them as a kid. They're just cool to kind of put them together. They kind of mold into that. Same with Bakugan and Beyblades. Not so much anymore. There's not a big following for that. I like trading cards. I have a pretty nice collection of Pokemon cards, which I could get into later. Yeah, consumer electronics. I pick up VCRs, and I have a certain testing system I deal with that. I do 3 hours of a VCR run with just a blank tape or some garbage tapes I get from thrift stores, and that usually makes sure that the rubber belt doesn't break. I've only had one VCR get returned, and that was before I started doing that system. That was just my learning system. So I have very rarely have any returns. Last year was kind of, you can see how fast I grew, and then it kind of fizzled out towards the end of the year, which is not good because Christmas, October, November, those are the good selling times, and so my numbers kind of dipped. A lot of it's just some random garbage. I've done some stuff sourced from Whatnot. I didn't like it. The seller packaged a big box crap and just kind of shipped it that way with no packaging, and they're a big time name, and yeah, I wasn't very impressed, and it put a bad taste in my mouth. So, but yeah, so this is my month currently. Ever since I started trying to get these videos going, I ramped up a lot again, and so I have a few video ideas coming up with sourcing and all that stuff for electronic flips, which should be good. I have some good numbers coming in. Yeah, it's just whatever all this is, just kind of wanted to show. Still top rated. Had almost a 0.5% of defect rate, which is kind of my fault because I let my stuff get really messy, and you'll see that. I have a series of videos which kind of documents the way I was going through and cleaning, because yeah, I have stuff everywhere still. It's a mess. So maybe this will help motivate you too to get it cleared out, because It's been good. All right. So this last month of numbers. Wait, where was I? So this was last year. This is the last month, right? Yeah, this is the last month. Kind of big numbers already. A lot of that's just from console sales. And then this year, same period last year. So this year has been pretty slow, and you can see my numbers have declined a lot. 69, nice, down over the year, and 62 on profits. My profit margin is probably about 35%, which is not the greatest. I'm not making enough to really, retire off of doing this gig, but it's a good little side income. And as you'll see, I've got a few ideas. I kind of want to do that, other stuff besides flipping, so this will help ramp it up because I need some capital to start up. So I'll hint at some of that with my sourcing videos. But yeah, I like modding consoles and other stuff, so that'll be cool. Some of the few items, I had a big box of Skylanders that have been slowly chipping out. Try to do a little stuff. I'm kind of an everything seller at the moment, but I'm pivoting, so we'll start doing all that. Some of my listings have been here forever. These were some bad buys. I used to have a little poster board that I would take pictures of items with, and yeah, that looked kind of crappy. And then I got a photo box, which kind of ramped up the game a lot. Used to use twist ties, and now I use cable ties, which are just like hooks and hoops. Can't say Velcro on listings because that's a trademark. No. You'll get a Vero pretty quick. And then yeah, I like remotes and just other kind of goods. I do go out and find dolls and stuff. Bratz are a big name, American Girl. Just other things that kind of just catch my eye. It's kind of just going on a whim. I got Pokemon, TMNT, some other random stuff. I do get like car mats. Just if I've seen something sell before and it's a good profit margin and the price is right, I usually just pick it up. I gauge shipping based on where I am. You'll have to figure that stuff out over the time, because like I live in Arizona, and so I generally think Maine or Puerto Rico. I do overseas stuff too. It's pretty rare, but usually when I have like a free shipping, Puerto Ricans usually buy my listings, which is cool because I use flat rate, and so flat rate's going to be $18 within the US for a medium box, and then $19.45. Well, I misspoke. It's like 13 something or $14 for medium, and then $19.35 for a large. And so that's generally how I gauge it. I can usually fit about like a PS2 Slim or a Wii U in a large box. So $20 plus whatever other, usually 80% of the sell price. And so usually ends up being about 30-40% of the overall cost. Anyway, kind of going on a side tangent. Yeah, it's just a bunch of other listings. And then yeah, as I go on, I'm gonna have this spreadsheet, Google Sheets. I'll put it in the bio, not bio, but the series not comments, description, and it'll just go over like if I do a mod video. So I have one IPS screen for a GBA. I'll have the time it took me, and then I'll have the profits, showing it, and then I'll try to do the profit per hour. So I have another tab that goes through telling you like what I modded, how much I'm going to sell it for, and then the actual profits. So that'll be kind of cool. And then with these weekly videos, I'll do like a weekly update on profits just to show growth. It's more for my sake, but if you're interested in that, that's cool too. And that'll be great. And then some other video ideas, like I said, I source from Japan, and then it's only from Japan. It's a proxy service. There's a bunch of them. I've kind of just went with this, and then I'll go through and see if it was worth it. It'll be kind of fun. And then I do go through Goodwill finds every now and then. I do sell on Amazon FBA, and sometimes I can find cheap stuff from Goodwill finds, and sometimes it makes sense to do that. But yeah, so Let's go into some of my room tours, and I think about 3 or 4 weeks worth of room cleanup to show. I've been working on this channel idea and I'm finally pulling the trigger, so let's go. So I started out doing a little bit of cleanup here and there. So this is the first week. I have 2 rooms. So this is my work slash kind of rest area. I stage all the stuff to clean and test. This is the hallway. I kind of keep stuff to be listed plus cleaning and to be sold. I started hoarding some stuff because I thought I was going to repair it. I have a little bit of plushies, a light station there, a bunch of other stuff. I have all my consoles from Goodwill Finds and Shop Goodwill. My shipping supplies. I have a bunch of bins numbered and labeled, and then just more bubble wrap and a whole lot of other stuff to be listed slash cleaned and tested. And yeah, and then I'll kind of move into the next week after showing all this other mess. Kind of showing I got a little bit more clean than the week before. Still probably the cleanest week so far. Needed to clean this stuff up. Haven't touched it since the last week. And then it's just more of the same stuff. Moved a lot more things around. And kind of just get a sense of how my workflow goes. I can go from test to list. I have a big 10-foot table in the middle of the room to kind of put stuff on there, ship, package things up. I do use Lowe's boxes. I trim them down depending on what I'm shipping out. And yeah, it's just more of the same old stuff. I haven't really touched a lot in this room. A lot of it was to clean my main room, and then kind of just I try to reuse boxes, but it gets really messy pretty quick. I also use pool noodles for packaging VCRs and other big electronics. So this is the week 3, kind of cleaning up a little bit more. I have my test supplies and parts to fix things. I keep old bags and such. Everything cellar. I was trying to get into golf clubs, but it doesn't really interest me a lot. You can see I started vacuuming in the room now because I was actually able to clean up a little bit more. This is the 3rd week. You can see the floor again. I'm pretty happy about that. I do board games. I still do CD players and stuff. I've gotten a lot more picky on what things I pick up, and because it gets really messy fast, and where I'm at, there's a lot of stuff that you can pick up for cheap. So, I mean, I haven't touched anything in there, but I'm able to open the door now because I cleared out a bunch of the bags and stuff that fell out. Just showing the same old, same old. I do keep packaging supplies. Shop Goodwill and Goodwill Finds, they use a lot of packaging materials, and so I like to keep them. This is probably like the cleanest it's been in this room for a while, because the next week I think I've kind of read through everything back in there, just because old habits die hard. And then now this is week 4. I have a bunch of controllers and stuff. I got a shipment in from my proxy service in Japan, so it's a little bit messy again. It's kind of hard to keep it clean, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make this like a weekly thing just to drive it in my head. I cleaned up the shelves. I started using a couple of them for stuff I've listed, and just organize all the video game stuff. I haven't touched too much of that, but I cleared off some of the broken boxes and such. Haven't got to there yet, but hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll have this all looking better now. But yeah, looking good. Was able to clear out again, keep that area kind of clean. My shipping boxes that I use for little stuff up there, and then the other side is just the priority boxes. And yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about my process or how I store things, just leave a comment down below. I'll try to make a more thorough video. I'm just trying to get a nice sense of what's going on. So thanks for watching.